I like the idea that the God of pro wrestling and all his disciples will have no choice but to admit that Maxwell Jacob Friedman is better than him. And you know it.
What a chaotic way to start Dynamite here tonight. Things are only about to pick up when this man makes his way to the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is the #1 contender for the AEW World title. He is Kenny Omega!
You got a great signature there, bud, but here's... Max, please. Shut your mouth.
How is it that I defeat MJF as the current day Kenny Omega? I can't lie, it's not gonna be easy.
Look at all these people, Max. They must be here for you. They must be here to cheer for the champ.
I'm not gonna take away what you've done for us. People are watching the show. They have a vested interest in what happens to that title. They are watching because they want someone to take it off of you.
They are here to watch the best wrestle.
They're not here for you, Max.
This version of Kenny Omega is the best that we've got.
They're here for me.
Max, if I'm the antithesis to what you are, maybe I can be the god of professional wrestling.
What I want to do is I want to talk about the thing you don't want me to talk about. You feel great right now, but the fact of the matter is your guts can explode at any given minute, any given second, any time, any place, anywhere. You want to be able to cement your legacy before it's all over.
Their god will fall.
There is no level I am not willing to stoop to in order to make sure that my legacy gets cemented.
And your devil will rise.
You're not willing to go to the places I'm willing to go to.
That belt that you wear around your waist, I will take it from you.
You're not man enough to do what it takes to put me down.
And I will start to right the wrongs that you have committed in this company. That is what a god of professional wrestling does!
You're good, Kenny. You're real good. But you ain't MJF. I like the idea that the God of pro wrestling and all his disciples will have no choice but to admit that Maxwell Jacob Friedman is better than him. And you know it.
What a chaotic way to start Dynamite here tonight. Things are only about to pick up when this man makes his way to the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is the #1 contender for the AEW World title. He is Kenny Omega!
You got a great signature there, bud, but here's... Max, please. Shut your mouth.
How is it that I defeat MJF as the current day Kenny Omega? I can't lie, it's not gonna be easy.
Look at all these people, Max. They must be here for you. They must be here to cheer for the champ.
I'm not gonna take away what you've done for us. People are watching the show. They have a vested interest in what happens to that title. They are watching because they want someone to take it off of you.
They are here to watch the best wrestle.
They're not here for you, Max.
This version of Kenny Omega is the best that we've got.
They're here for me.
Max, if I'm the antithesis to what you are, maybe I can be the god of professional wrestling.
What I want to do is I want to talk about the thing you don't want me to talk about. You feel great right now, but the fact of the matter is your guts can explode at any given minute, any given second, any time, any place, anywhere. You want to be able to cement your legacy before it's all over.
Their god will fall.
There is no level I am not willing to stoop to in order to make sure that my legacy gets cemented.
And your devil will rise.
You're not willing to go to the places I'm willing to go to.
That belt that you wear around your waist, I will take it from you.
You're not man enough to do what it takes to put me down.
And I will start to right the wrongs that you have committed in this company. That is what a god of professional wrestling does!
You're good, Kenny. You're real good. But you ain't MJF. I like the idea that the god of pro wrestling and all his disciples will have no choice but to admit that Maxwell Jacob Friedman is better than him. And you know it.
What a chaotic way to start Dynamite here tonight. Things are only about to pick up when this man makes his way to the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is the #1 contender for the AEW World title. He is Kenny Omega!
You got a great signature there, bud, but here's... Max, please. Shut your mouth.
How is it that I defeat MJF as the current day Kenny Omega? I can't lie, it's not gonna be easy.
Look at all these people, Max. They must be here for you. They must be here to cheer for the champ.
I'm not gonna take away what you've done for us. People are watching the show. They have a vested interest in what happens to that title. They are watching because they want someone to take it off of you.
They are here to watch the best wrestle.
They're not here for you, Max.
This version of Kenny Omega is the best that we got.
They're here for me.
Max, if I'm the antithesis to what you are, maybe I can be the god of professional wrestling.
What I want to do is I want to talk about the thing you don't want me to talk about. You feel great right now, but the fact of the matter is your guts can explode at any given minute, any given second, any time, any place, anywhere. You want to be able to cement your legacy before it's all over. Their god will fall. There is no level I am not willing to stoop to in order to make sure that my legacy gets cemented. And your devil will rise. You're not willing to go to the places I'm willing to go to.
That belt that you wear around your waist, I will take it from you.
You're not man enough to do what it takes to put me down.
And I will start to right the wrongs that you have committed in this company. That is what a god of professional wrestling does!
You're good, Kenny. You're real good. But you ain't MJF. I like the idea that the god of pro wrestling and all his disciples will have no choice but to admit that Maxwell Jacob Friedman is better than him. And you know it.
What a chaotic way to start Dynamite here tonight. Things are only about to pick up when this man makes his way to the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, he is the #1 contender for the AEW World title. He is Kenny Omega!
You got a great signature there, bud, but here's... Max, please. Shut your mouth.
How is it that I defeat MJF as the current day Kenny Omega? I can't lie, it's not gonna be easy.
Look at all these people, Max. They must be here for you. They must be here to cheer for the champ.
I'm not gonna take away what you've done for us. People are watching the show. They have a vested interest in what happens to that title. They are watching because they want someone to take it off of you.
They are here to watch the best wrestle.
They're not here for you, Max.
This version of Kenny Omega is the best that we got.
They're here for me.
Max, if I'm the antithesis to what you are, maybe I can be the god of professional wrestling.
What I want to do is I want to talk about the thing you don't want me to talk about. You feel great right now, but the fact of the matter is your guts can explode at any given minute, any given second, any time, any place, anywhere. You want to be able to cement your legacy before it's all over. Their god will fall. There is no level I am not willing to stoop to in order to make sure that my legacy gets cemented. And your devil will rise. You're not willing to go to the places I'm willing to go to.
That belt that you wear around your waist, I will take it from you.
You're not man enough to do what it takes to put me down.
And I will start to right the wrongs that you have committed in this company. That is what a god
The truest, most basic battle has always been between right and wrong. Two sides of a coin to decide an entire future. But which side dictates righteousness?
Sunday, 12th of April, put the Continental title on the line.
Is it a soldier of fortune or a soldier of ambition?
MJF paid off the Don Callis family to take out Darby Allin.
A toxic entity or justified aggressor?
The kingdom has changed since you ruled it.
Is it the revenge seekers?
This is about our legacy.
Or the perpetrators of the original sin?
Will the dominance of FTR continue?
A devil or a god?
Somebody needs to knock you down a peg. Someone needs to strike you down.
There is no grander prize, there is no higher honor, and there is no one who deserves it more than me.
No matter the side you stand, the only way to prove right or wrong is through the other side.
Continental Championship on the line. Expect no mercy.
You know what happens when Chris Jericho needs an opponent and doesn't have one? You just made the list!
Eventually, I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna end your careers.
You're never gonna touch this again because you are the dumbest bitch alive.
It will be the Young Bucks against Okada and Takeshita.
You're in a race against time to cement your legacy.
Let's see who the better man is at Dynasty.
I don't think you truly understand what you got yourself into.
The Casino Gauntlet match.
We will crown a new TNT champion.
We're gonna create some chaos in Canada.
Goodbye and good night. Bang!
Canada, we are back as we breathe in this fresh British Columbia air. It's hard to not feel inspired, reinvigorated, surrounded by all of this beauty. But with that, we brought some of the most insane sickos ready to kick the ever-loving crap out of each other tonight here in Vancouver. Guys, this is a Dynasty Zero Hour. I am your host, Renee Paquette. Joining me, as always, Mr. RJ City.
You know, as Alexis Colby said on the Dynasty Reunion special, we're all in each other's lives whether we like it or not. Somehow, I think that we do like it.
We're just going to move on. Jeff Jarrett, what's going on with you?
Renee, it has been almost 31 years to the day since a young, brash Double J strolled in to British Columbia for the very first time to defend my championship. Tonight, MJF comes into BC for the very first time to defend his championship. The first Dynasty, there were 7 title changes. MJF, you're facing one of Canada's own. Beware, my friend. Your second reign is over tonight.
And also joining us, I'm so excited about this, my favorite big man in the business,
Yes, sir.
Paul White.
Hey, I'm excited to be here in my eyeball tonight. FTR, Christian, and Copeland.
Yeah.
Two of the best tag teams in the business going for the highest title there is, AEW Championship Tag Team titles. Let's rock and roll and see what happens.
It's kind of hard to not be a little bit of a homer for some of the good Canadian wrestlers we've got on the show here tonight. But RJ, how are people able to watch?
Great question. In the United States, if you want to watch AEW Dynasty, you can do it on HBO Max. Go to hbomax.com/AEW. In demand through traditional cable satellite providers and Dave & Buster's.
And if you guys are watching international, you guys can watch on YouTube, ppv.com, Amazon Prime Video, as well as myaew.com. myaewworld.com. Let's talk about the action because it is all happening right here on Zero Hour to whet your appetite before we go live on pay-per-view. What do we got?
Well, we got Mox and Ospreay later tonight, but first we have the female version as Alex Windsor takes on the problem, Marina Shafir.
We've got the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships on the line. Divine Dominion put their gold up against Maya World and High End.
And for the AEW National Championship, Jungle Jack Perry takes on the burly bear of the Don Callis family, Mark Davis.
And then when we are live on pay-per-view, the AEW Men's World Championship, the Devil versus the God of Professional Wrestling, MJF versus Kenny Omega.
And then it's gonna get a little toxic as the AEW Women's World Champion, Tekla, takes on the Brawling Bird, Jamie Hayter.
This match is a neck for the Continental Championship. Jon Moxley takes on Will Ospreay.
And then for the AEW World Trios Champions, new champs, the Dogs, take on Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and somebody.
And the recently vacated TNT title is up for grabs. It is a casino gauntlet match. We know we got Tommaso Ciampa in spot number 1. Roosh coming in at number 2. We'll have a new TNT champion tonight.
And then Jericho is back tonight in his home country. He takes on Ricochet.
Now, if Darby Allin is able to defeat Andrade El Idolo, who has been on fire as of lately, Darby will get a future shot at the world title.
Can they coexist? I don't think so. Okada and Takeshita take on the Young Bucks.
And 2 of the cornerstones in tag team wrestling. We've got Cage versus Coke taking on FTR for the AEW World Tag Team titles.
You put me on the shelf for 4 months.
You've been under our roof. Our children go to school together. You want to throw that away?
I realized that I needed to get my ass back and rectify the situation. Cope and Cage are out for revenge.
Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are now trying to relive their glory days on the backs of FTR. Welcome. Join everybody else who tries to feed off of the FTR table.
Will Cope and Cage become the next tag team champions?
We are the tag team you pretend to be. How many times have you went your separate ways? Not us. We are the 11-time World Tag Team Champions for a reason. Something you've never done.
25 years ago, we changed tag team wrestling. The fact of the matter is, we were the best tag team of our generation. Where it's proved we're the best of this generation.
Goal is to become the greatest champions of all time.
I am here with the TBS champion, Willow Nightingale. Miss, you have been on quite the winning streak as of late.
I'm back, baby. Whew, that happened a little bit earlier today. Kamille is back. She's going to be in action actually a little bit later on tonight here on 0 Hour. Unreal to see her. Holy.
Your day got started.
I had to get the hell out of there.
I'm telling you.
Woo! All right, so that is coming up a little bit later on 0 Hour. But guys, one of the main matches, the main event that we'll be looking forward to tonight, we've got the Devil versus the God of Professional Wrestling. It will be MJF versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. Finally, we get to see these two collide here tonight in Vancouver, British Columbia.
I still hold the championship that every single man could only ever hope of obtaining.
He is the #1 contender
For the AEW World title, Kenny
Somebody needs to knock you down a peg. Someone needs to strike you down. And when it comes to someone who can take that from you, why not the God of pro wrestling? What you people deserve is a champion who will go down as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Versus the Devil. Your intestines can explode any minute, any time, anywhere. All
your disciples around the world will be embarrassed and ashamed.
That belt that you wear around your waist, I will take it from you.
You bring the best version of yourself, and the same thing's gonna happen that has happened to everyone who has crossed paths with me.
And I will right the wrongs that you have committed in this company. That is what a god of professional wrestling does.
Their God will fall, and your devil will rise, because I'm better than you, and you know it.
We are just under 1 hour away from Dynasty, coming up live on pay-per-view on HBO Max, and that is the match that will cap us off tonight, our main event. The Devil versus the God of Professional Wrestling, MJF versus Kenny Omega for the richest prize in our sport. That was the voice of Arcadiora here at the announce desk. I am Excalibur, joined by Tony Schiavone, Nigel McGuinness. We will be with you for the 0 hour leading up to Dynasty on pay-per-view at the top of the hour, just under 50 minutes away. But we are kicking off the action here tonight, live from Vancouver, Nigel, with the certifiable grudge match.
No question about it. Marina Shafir certainly has an axe to grind against Alex Windsor. Windsor likewise. Marina Shafir said to Alex Windsor, you bought a broken puppy tonight. Mox is going to put him down, referring to Alex Windsor's beau, Will Ospreay, who will be competing for the Continental title against Jon Moxley tonight.
Tony Schiavone just caught a stray, and by that I mean a sock from Marina Shafir.
And her opponent from North Finland, she's the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion, Alex Windsor!
Well, Tony, you're not the only one that has an axe to grind with Marina Shafir coming into this match. Alex Windsor. She knows what the Death Riders have put her fiance Will Ospreay through, Marina Shafir included.
And that gives, obviously, Windsor more impetus for this match, more reason to go up against Marina Shafir. Listen, guys, I think we all know, we all would agree that Marina Shafir has been more than just a member of the Death Riders. She has been so involved in many of Jon Moxley's attacks and has helped him out tremendously. She is an integral part of the Death Riders, and that is the reason that Windsor wants to get on.
Moxley called Shafir the heart and soul of the operation. And here we go, starting fast.
Charging forward to the center ice, so to speak, here in the Rogers Arena in Vancouver. Hockey fight developing, but no. Shafir sent Windsor in the corner. Windsor caught Shafir cheating in with that one.
Wow. Windsor really came out with a swagger here tonight after chaos in Canada this past week on Dynamite, with Ospreay and Windsor bringing in the whole of the United Empire, and most thereof, to take on the Death Riders. Certainly built up some momentum towards tonight.
Most certainly, and then also don't forget about last night on Collision, Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter taking on Marina Shafir and Tekla. Of course, Hayter and Tekla will meet for the AEW Women's World Championship, part of Dynasty, coming your way in just over 45 minutes, live on pay-per-view. And Windsor, short lariat, but instead Shafir grabbing for the Jujigatame. Windsor in trouble here if Shafir can break the grip of the fingers.
Sure, with the experience that Marina Shafir has, shouldn't be a problem. Wait a second.
The roll-up, and Windsor.
Ooh, just by her fingertips, clinging on now. But there, oh yeah, that's great.
Oh, Shafir extending all the way back. Windsor in serious trouble here, but rolls up Shafir the stack, and Shafir forced to abandon ship.
Some damage done to the arm there, Tony.
It seemed that Windsor was biting maybe the calf that time to get out of that. I'm not sure, but it was a great counter to get out of it. Once you're in the grips of Marina Shafir, guys, you are in trouble.
He's in trouble again now, Alex Windsor.
Shafir luring Windsor into the ropes, and Referee Mike Posey given the count, but the damage may already be done to that left arm of Alex Windsor.
Big difference between MMA and professional wrestling, of course, is the 3 count and the rope break. So it gives you an advantage, or helps you navigate an advantage that a more experienced grappler may have.
Fans in the United States, you can order Dynasty coming your way just under 45 minutes away, live on pay-per-view on HBO Max. Visit hbomax.com/AEW. Internationally, you can join us on Prime Video, My AEW, DAZN, YouTube, PPV.com, and main event for Dynasty at the top of the hour, live from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Marina Shafir, for whom 20 of her 23 AEW singles victories have come in 4 minutes or less. Shafir really enjoying this one, taking her time with her prey, as I'm sure she considers Windsor.
We saw Marina Shafir, a puzzling moment last night at the end of Collision where Shafir was pinned in the main event, but she seemed to be smiling, almost as if she knew that she had another chance to dismantle Alex Windsor just less than 24 hours away.
Yeah, that's a great point. And once she had access, look at this.
Oh, wow.
You know, you're right. The judo background, the MMA fighting background, and you hear him chanting Windsor's name, but the fighting background of Marina Shafir coming through here. Wow. Boy, she is taking the measure here at Windsor.
You're not often right, Tony, but you are certainly right here. Every time Shafir gets her hands on Windsor. Ooh, listen to that. Vociferous reaction to Shafir, really is reveling in this.
Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter, since coming together as the Brawling Birds, undefeated as a duo, Nigel. Very, very efficient, but here tonight, each woman walking their own path. Windsor, of course, matching up against Shafir, and Jamie Hayter looking for revenge against the AEW Women's World Champion, Tekla.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter on her own, and sometimes that can be difficult. You build up a little bit of rapport and pacing when it comes to being in a tag team, and then you switch back to singles action, and that certainly can prove a factor in the match. Jamie Hayter had a chance to talk to her earlier this week. She said she was a little bit nervous about making that transition, but she said she wasn't sure she'd be able to find her feet again quickly.
Yeah, especially going into a match against someone like Tekla, who is so bizarre. You just don't know what angle she's coming from.
Yeah, she's certainly uncouth, to say the least.
Remember, it was Tekla on her arrival here in AEW that attacked and injured Jamie Hayter, putting her out of action.
What did she say about that attack? She said she didn't attack Hayter because she was the toughest, but because she was the easiest.
Up kick from Alex Windsor. Shafir vaults over. Now trying to control the head and neck of Alex Windsor. And Shafir trying to just send Windsor across the corner. But Windsor comes firing back with the shoulder tackle.
Kind of a desperation move, but it worked.
Well, with the damage to the left arm earlier, Windsor doing absolutely everything. Try to gain some advantage.
You saw Shafir trying to grab Windsor, but Windsor able to slip free, ducks underneath. And now Windsor will misdirect there for the problem. Marina Shafir. Windsor leaves her feet and takes Shafir down for the 3rd time in succession.
Yeah, but that arm, as you can see, is really giving Windsor some problems.
Shafir had the arm bar on twice. With someone with the expertise of Marina Shafir, it literally takes a split second. But here we go, Windsor looking for the sharpshooter.
Windsor likes the sharpshooter, but Shafir defending
into the triangle.
Triangle sleeper, but Windsor tried to roll into a pinning predicament, but over-leveraged and was able to break free, but very nearly got pinned via the submission hold. Shafir, Uranage spiking Windsor. Alex Windsor, though, beating the count.
I think we all can agree that Marina Shafir has put together quite a game plan here. She looks great.
And a really dominant performance by Shafir with a simple double wrist lock here. A Kimura.
Windsor, though, fighting her way back up to her feet. Some left hands to the body. As you see the clock at the top of your screen ticking down. Just over 40 minutes away from Dynasty on pay-per-view. Windsor the stack, and very nearly the win over Shafir, but walked right into that one and got rocked.
Wow. Spaghetti legs on Windsor, who's firing up though. Whoa! Right on the jaw. Stick it out there. Shafir will knock it down.
Windsor absorbed the contact, then the knife edge chop. Windsor returns it now. Alex Windsor perhaps getting the better of Marina Shafir in this exchange. Yep. Shafir too quick. Anticipated the strike. Repeated shots to the body, driving the oxygen out of the lungs of Alex Windsor, Tony.
Just the opening match here we got tonight on 0 Hour. Still to come, we are going to see Kamille in action. Her first action back. She's already made an impact in tonight's proceedings. Jungle Jack Perry defends the national championship against Don Callis' Mark Davis. The Divine Dominion defend the World Tag Team Championship against My World and High-End. Still to come on 0 Hour.
Action-packed 0 hour here ahead of Dynasty, coming up live on pay-per-view at the top of the hour. You can join us on HBO Max by visiting hbomax.com/AEW for Dynasty, coming your way just over 39 minutes away.
Look at this giant crowd already settled in here tonight. And we're still 40 minutes out from our big event.
Great crowd in attendance. You could feel the anticipation for all the matches. Nobody does pay-per-view like AEW. Look at Windsor. Once more.
Wow, and she'll get more too. Look at Windsor bounce back up again, Nigel.
Well, it's firing up.
Shot down the kick, but Shafir was ready for it. The roll up, and Shafir very nearly stole that one. And Windsor, that time, scores with the headbutt. Shafir still on her feet, or on her foot, show to speak. And Windsor plants Shafir and gets the win.
Here's your winner, Alex Windsor!
I don't know if we'll get a shot of this, but you mentioned it earlier, Excalibur. Marina Shafir decidedly happy about this outcome. A smile plastered on her face despite losing.
I mean, is that a smile of happiness or a smile of madness? Because only Marina Shafir knows, but Alex Windsor showing her toughness, her grit, pulling out the victory here tonight against Marina Shafir of the Death Riders. Now she can turn her attention to the AEW Continental Championship match, where her fiance Will Ospreay challenges Jon Moxley for the title on Dynasty. Plus, Tekla, the Toxic Spider, puts her AEW Women's World Championship on the line against the woman she targeted on her way into All Elite Wrestling, the former champion, Jamie Hayter. Tekla just leveled Jamie Hayter.
When I arrived in AEW, the first woman I took out was you. The kingdom has changed since you ruled. The only reason you touched this is because I wasn't here. But now that I'm here, you're never gonna touch this again. Tekla, someone so small, you have an awfully big mouth. A mouth you run like nobody can handle. But you kept on coming back.
She's got those brass knuckles. Tekla just got dropped.
So now I'm done playing games. I am done having a good time. I've beaten you once, and I'll do it again. At Dynasty, you're going to be the dumbest bitch dead.
40 minutes away, live on pay-per-view at the top of the hour. Dynasty, but the action continues here tonight on the 0 Hour, and a very unexpected return in our next bout.
The following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Durham, North Carolina, Kamille.
Well, as we heard earlier, Willow Nightingale wanted to continue the open challenges for the TBS Championship here tonight, but after the attack by Kamille, Willow medically disqualified from competing here tonight, so Kamille steps into action one-on-one.
And her opponent, Big Ann.
Big Ann making her AEW debut here tonight against some pretty stiff competition in Kamille.
Yeah, Willow Nightingale, known as the comeback killer. Well, almost got killed by Kamille earlier tonight.
Kamille rushing her opponent into the corner. Kamille, she was taken out of action 500 days ago, Tony, and in the time, obviously recovering physically, but then also filming the new season of American Gladiator coming up in a few weeks later this year. And Kamille playing a pretty big part in that program, but right now asserting her dominance here in the return to the ring.
Wow. Big M has been on the end of a hurricane, thrown around the ring here by Kamille. Last time we saw Kamille, someone had attacked her backstage. We never found out who it was, but perhaps a little bit of receipt there.
That's a great call on that. And, you know, but I really don't think Willow would do such a thing. I don't think she would be the one to attack Kamille.
Well, whether it was her or not, Kamille found someone to get some payback for it.
As Kamille controlling her opponent by the head now. Kamille showing her strength.
Wow.
Center of the ring, torture rack. Perhaps, yes. Kamille just wrenching down the head, the leg, punishing her opponent.
This lady's on a different level than most. Look at this, my God.
Kamille sits out and scores the win in short order.
Here's your winner, Kamille.
A momentary calm, the eye of the hurricane, perhaps. But there are some bad storms ahead for the AEW Women's Division. Wait a second, oh boy.
Little Nightingale, that shoulder is taped up.
Got a referee, got a member of the medical staff. And the shoulder is taped up like you said. But she is still going to stalk to the ring. Medical staff trying to hold her back. This may be ill-advised here, gentlemen.
Yeah, this has become personal. It's medical.
There you go.
Attack from behind.
Got caught up in the ropes trying to get into the ring.
I think it was the medical staff were trying to pull Willow, trying to prevent her from getting in the ring. She would not be deterred, and now Kamille taking advantage, hammering.
Nightingale got caught up in the emotion of all this.
You know, that name, the comeback killer that you talked about, really stuck. Really stuck with Willow, but man, Willow is getting killed right now.
Kamille making her comeback and making the TBS champion pay.
Yeah.
And another pump kick, this time directed towards Willow Nightingale.
If we recall, last time we saw Willow Nightingale on the pay-per-view, she had a hurt shoulder. I think she was injured coming into this, to be honest with you. I don't think she was 100%. And right now, she's down. Oh, yep, that shoulder is still bothering her.
Well, Kamille, a successful return to action here tonight. And a successful assault on the TBS champion. But from the TBS champion to the AEW National Championship, Mark Davis, representing the Don Callis family, will be in action next, challenging Jungle Jack Perry. Jack Perry, of course, winning the national championship, Nigel, the last time we were on pay-per-view at Revolution as part of that 21-man casino battle royale in Los Angeles.
And Ricochet, the former champion, of course, was neither pinned nor submitted nor counted out to lose the title. So he's a pretty angry man. And if you are Jericho, you could be getting some of that payback later tonight.
Now Ricochet poised to go one-on-one with Jericho, making his return to the ring tonight as a part of Dynasty, which you can join us live at the top of the hour on HBO Max by visiting hbomax.com/AEW or around the world on Prime Video, on My AEW, DAZN, YouTube, PPV.com, and Main Event.
The following contest that will win all is for the AEW National Championship. Here's the first night challenger from Brisbane, Australia, weighing 281 pounds, Mark Davis.
Cal, I think this man has established himself as one of the most dangerous men in all of AEW. Certainly within the Don Callis family, one of the most dangerous, but he seems to be impervious to pain. He's big, he's quick. And you know, when he first arrived here in AEW, you'll recall with Kyle Fletcher together, they were quite a tag team. They have broken off now, and they are great both in singles competition, especially Mark Davis looking at him right here.
Davis has shown his pendulum pile driver on a number of occasions. First of all, taking out Darby Allin, who we'll see tonight on the pay-per-view. And this man was on the receiving end as well.
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing 190 pounds, he is the AEW National Champion, Jungle Jack Perry!
It was an emotional moment for Jungle Jack Perry when he won the AEW National Championship last month at the Crypto.com Arena. It was that same arena that Jack would go to professional wrestling shows with his late father, Luke Perry. And to win the title there with his friends, his family in attendance, extremely meaningful that Mark Davis, this brute from the Don Callis family, cares not for Jack Perry's sentimentality.
Yeah, they do not shed any tear for emotion. As far as Don Callis and the members of his family concerned, the only thing they respect is the green, the buck, the mighty US dollar.
Jack has had plenty of success here in AEW. Of course, a former World Tag Team champ. He's part of Jurassic Express. Love his theme music, don't you, Nigel?
Very much so. The only thing I don't love about it is the way you start dancing when it plays.
Hey, it's really...
Like you're back in the 80s.
It's really great 80s music. I love it. And I love the way Jack Perry approaches his craft. Well, get out of the way of this big guy, though. I can tell you that.
Tony Schiavone's Wikipedia just got updated with big Baltimore fan.
Yeah, I love Baltimore.
What's your second favorite Baltimore song?
It's called Baltimoreans.
Good one. Side headlock taken by Jungle Jack Perry. Davis swiftly sends him off.
Jack Perry acting like a Baltimorean right there, trying to shoulder block his far more powerful opponent to the mat. Perry will do well to use caution against this huge bear of a man.
Nigel, you mentioned how the Don Callis family, heavily motivated by money. Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita in a tag team match coming up tonight. We'll be facing Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
And ironically, it wasn't money that Don Callis used to inspire both those men to team together. Oh, wait a second.
It was the spirit of competition, but right now, Davis.
Lord of mercy, look at this power.
Davis, the running power slam. Perry slips free, sends Dunkzilla head first into the steel ring post. And now Perry coming around the corner, kicks to the face.
Jack's got a lot of fire, a lot of enthusiasm. Let's see if he can fend off this big challenge.
Jack Perry ascends to the top, but Davis quickly up to his feet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, rough landing for the AEW National Champion, Jack Perry. Davis just using those forearms, using the wrist bone across the face of Jack Perry, and the lunging elbow shot. A glassy-eyed look by Jack Perry directly into the camera.
Strong legs propel that elbow.
Davis kneels on the chest, look for the cover. Perry struggling to kick out. And fans, we are less than half an hour away from Dynasty coming your way on pay-per-view from here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. You can join us on HBOMax.com/AEW for Dynasty, as now Mark Davis looking for the cover. Jack Perry able to kick out as Perry struggling. And fans, you will not struggle to order Dynasty internationally. Prime Video, MyAEW.com, DAZN, YouTube, PPV.com, and Main Event for Dynasty live around the world on pay-per-view, just over 25 minutes away.
So many great matches, so many titles on the line. We're going to crown a new TNT champion here tonight as well.
Davis, a little over-eager there, and Perry up to the top. Fluid movement as Perry takes out Davis on the floor.
I think Davis tried to catch him that time on his shoulder, but could not. Just too much force coming down by Jack.
The TNT Championship will be on the line in the Casino Gauntlet match. The winner of that match will be crowned the new TNT Champion as Mark Davis's partner and former TNT Champion Kyle Fletcher. He was injured, forced to vacate the title. And this past week on Dynamite, Tommaso Ciampa earned the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. Roosh defeated Anthony Bowens last night on Collision to capture that all-important #2 slot. And that's a match that can end at any time, Nigel, because the competitors, seemingly unlimited amount of competitors that are entering the match at irregular intervals. So getting in early behooves you.
A very interesting strategy there. I said it before, you have to be in it to win it, and the match could end at any moment, so you've got to get out there as soon as you can.
Davis avoids Jack Perry, but Perry lands a couple of elbow strikes, and now slice bread #2. High stack cover made, and Davis able to kick out.
That's just strong leg got him out of that, because that was a great move with that slight spread, and a great, as you said, good call there, Excalibur, the high stack. Jack thought he won it. You can see his reaction to that.
Slowing down a little bit now. The national champion, perhaps, upping the stakes here, looking for a pile driver of his own. A little bit of payback, but he's not going to get this big bear up like that.
Yeah, especially when Davis is already down. Jack trying to use those legs. Hell, he's going to try it again.
Yeah, a dump at the size of Mark Davis. Whoa.
But Jack Perry dumped over the top, hung on to the ropes, and now Davis on the move, the shoulder tackle. Perry crashing hard in the barricade on the floor.
Yeah, Perry tried to brace himself that time to prevent hitting the barricade, but could not. Don't get on the floor with the big guy. Jack needs to get up and get in the ring.
Yeah, Jack certainly not nimble nor quick right now.
As Davis regains control of this match, and things could be looking tough for AEW National Champion Jack Perry.
I just got that. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Good job.
Good Lord, Tony. We're going to be here for a long time tonight if this is how long it takes. Watch out, watch out!
Oh, my. He's going to... Oh, my gosh! Nigel, that was right on the rib cage.
Oh, I don't know if we're going to get it. Watch that again, but...
Oh, that was right on Jack's rib cage.
Davis had in mind. Got to be happy with the way. Look out! He landed. You mentioned the rib cage.
Oh, Davis back to live action. Jack Perry, his turn to show his quality and toughness.
Could be looking. Whoa! Setting up perhaps the national champion for the pile driver cover.
Now short arm lariat, near leg hook, and Jack Perry barely beats the count.
I would be very surprised if Jack does not have a broken rib or a cracked rib or something, man. It's just after that.
Wait.
Here it comes, the pendulum. No. Fighting.
Jack Perry clutching onto that big leg of Mark Davis for dear life. He could not withstand a pile driver from Davis with that chop lariat combo.
Davis is just mauling and clubbing the champion. Here it comes. Oh, no.
Jack Perry, good body control, goes over the top now. Perry lands on his feet, and Davis short backdrop suplex. Close your eyes. Jack Perry count to 3. No. DDT. What a counter by the champion.
Unbelievable. He pulled that DDT out of that, Excalibur. What an effort.
Perry's ribs have got to be screaming in agony as he's gasping to get an air in now to get the strength.
Oh, Jack Perry hoist. No. Davis and pile driver.
That could win the thing.
1, 2, 3. Davis.
Ooh.
So
about that.
So close.
Some very unhappy people in the crowd thought that was 3.
Yeah, it was so close. Stephon Smith stopped.
Immediately got up and waved off the bell table.
Mark Davis's weight there working against him. Well over 300 pounds being driven onto his neck.
I think Stephon should be given credit. I think he did. I think he did great. Some of the fans don't think so. Some of them.
It was an unpopular decision, but it was the right decision. But the match continues. Mark Davis getting chopped down. Roundhouse kick attempted by Perry. Sent into the ropes. Enziguri. Davis caught Perry as soon as he turned the corner.
Clipped the top of the head, but Jack's back up, guys.
And Perry. Hook on Rana. Leg is hook. Covers. Made it. Perry.
It's a catchy tune and a very likable, amenable national champion. He has brought them to their feet again here in Vancouver.
Jack Perry survives the onslaught from Dunkzilla. Mark Davis to retain the AEW National Championship here tonight in Vancouver. But the Don Callis family will get another bite at the apple. Coming up live tonight on Dynasty on pay-per-view on HBO Max. That will take place when the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, take on one of the greatest tag teams of all time, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
But what type of examples would we be to our children if we didn't start fighting all the way to the top again?
The assault on Jack Perry. It's the Bucks! Bitter enemies of Don Callis, Okada.
I'm only loyal to one family.
The Young Bucks against Okada and Takeshita.
Okada and Takeshita coming to blows.
Okay, but I want to take his belt.
You work together, and you can have a shot at his belt and get this out of both your systems at Double or Nothing. Jordan and Pippen, guys, that's what we need.
You're Scottie Pippen. I'm Michael Jordan.
Okada, someone who we used to consider family.
The Young Bucks will take on Okada and Takeshita.
I could care less if people get along. I want people who win.
Well, tag team action coming our way on Dynasty, but tag team action still to come tonight. Coming right now on the Dynasty 0 Hour, the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship on the line on the next contest.
The following contest set forward falling for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first night challengers, Hayan and Maya World.
That's My World on your left, Hayan on your right. These two women, newest additions to the tag team scene here in All Elite Wrestling. Very successful in Ring of Honor, hoping that success will translate to the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship here tonight. But
part of that success, of course, coming off their biggest victory to date against the Inspiration this past Friday on Ring of Honor. Not to take anything away from Jesse and Cassie. The AEW Women's Tag Team Champions are a mountainous obstacle.
And their opponents, they are the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions, Megan Bay and Lena Cross, the Divine Dominion!
the Divine Dominion defeating Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale, and Harley Cameron to become the second ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. And Tony, thus far in their reign, it seems like Lena Cross and Megan Bayne will be as champions as long as they want to.
Yeah, I don't think it's, I think for any team to defeat these two gigantic ladies, going to have to get them on an off night. And how about now, Kamille is back. Just the power that is within the women's division right now. You had Chris Statlander Devat. You had Willow Nightingale, if in fact that she can come back from an injury. You got some of the most powerful women in the world right here in AEW Women's Division.
Well, Divine Dominion don't have off nights, Tony. They are always 100%.
I think everybody has off nights, Nigel.
Every night's an off night for you.
Yeah, I see. I set you up with that one, didn't I?
AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship on the line as we're just over 15 minutes away from Dynasty. Coming your way live at the top of the hour on pay-per-view. As
My World electing to start off against the statuesque, leggy Australian Lena Cross, who has been so impressive since her debut in Allegiance with the Megasus.
My World showing off her athleticism and fan special programming note coming up. A big week for All Elite Wrestling. It is Spring Breakthrough live this Wednesday night, 8/7 Central on TBS. And then the following night, this Thursday, Spring Breakthrough Collision, a special night, 8/7 Central on TNT and HBO MAX.
Yeah, back-to-back nights of Spring Breakthrough on TBS and TNT. What a big midweek we've got for our fans.
Diane, the veteran for her side, coming in a level head, though she is giving up some size against Megan Bayne. Her experience, though, we're seeing it right there, Nigel.
Yep, sometimes you might have a few less pounds, but wait a second, cover.
Diane covered, but Bayne able to break free.
Be a few seconds of experience. Wait a second there, the power coming into play.
Bayne has her opponent up in the corner. Hyan catches her. She charging in. And Hyan takes down Megan Bayne.
Well, she's going up top. She's allowing Megan Bayne to stand back up here. Oh, still got it.
Now, leg was hooked, but barely a 1 count.
Strong cookout from one half of the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions, really making a statement. Hyan and Maya World, if they are going to take the title tonight, could be in for a long night. Of course, big tag team action. We've talked about it already. The Young Bucks teaming up against the Don Callis families. Oh, Takeshita and Okada, and then, of course, a generational battle. Oh, wait a second, what is this? Oh, on the outside, Hyan taken out. Cage and Cope against FTR, two of the greatest tag teams of their generations, but so much more emotion than just the titles.
Lena Cross now returning Hyan into the ring. Hammer throw into the corner of the champions. Cross aggressively stomping down her opponent in the corner.
Yeah, Cross obviously using those big, powerful, long legs. And Hyan is a you mentioned a 9-year veteran who's actually wrestled all over the world, but it doesn't matter your experience when you're caught in the corner here with the Divine Dominion. Not at all.
Nigel, the champions use their strength and aggressiveness extremely well, and I think it might have been a chop in the mouth, courtesy of Megan Bayne.
Oftentimes when you see very successful tag teams, it's because they have different styles, different looks. Maybe one's the power and one's the speed, but whoa, cover here.
Cross coming in with a lariat.
When it comes to Lena Cross and Megan Bayne, they are both as big and powerful, fast-moving as each other. It's not just the addition, you multiply them together.
Hyan reaching, trying to tag in her partner, Maya World. Lena Cross shutting down the veteran, now sending her across. And Lena, and this has been all champions over the last few moments.
Whoa!
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
German suplex, Bayne makes the cover. Hyan able to kick out.
And Bayne had a smile on her face that time. I don't think she thought that she got the win or was happy about the way your team is performing. How about this? Drag your opponent. Drag your opponent to the corner.
Oh, God. Vicious clubbing, forearms in the corner, and with the official distracted, Lena Cross.
Almost got caught red-handed. Now the quick tag out. The champions exerting their will, exerting their dominance, so to speak, over these challengers.
You're an official in a match with Divine Dominion. You've got to be intimidated, don't you think?
I'm going to be honest, I don't know of any team right now in AEW in the women's division that can dethrone these two ladies.
Oh, Hyan comes back, high boot into the jaw of Lena Cross. Cross caught completely unawares by that, makes the quick tag out to Megan Bayne. Bayne charges in, low bridge. Megan Bayne spills to the outside now.
There we go. Hyan's biggest opportunity, nothing but air and hope between her and her corner. Maya World eager to get the tag.
But Bayne there, and an elbow strike. Maya World, her eyes were pointed down, Tony, looking at her partner. Didn't see Bayne coming.
No, you didn't see her, but she felt her, no doubt. You know, I mentioned I don't think any team can dethrone these two ladies. We saw last night that Chris Statlander and Shida had teamed together. That made some people upset, including Harley Cameron and Mina Shirakawa. But the fact is that I don't think Shida and it's going to be a good partner for Chris Statlander. But
seemed to be contention in their team. No such contention between the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions as Lena Cross eager to tag back in now.
Likewise across the ring, Maya World is as well. Now Maya, legal, ducks underneath, big up kick.
That's a great move.
Catching Cross, now kick to the midsection, Maya World. Quick series of attacks, swing and a miss by Lena Cross. Maya World comes through, T. Harris. Lena stumbles towards the corner. Maya World looking to press the advantage, uppercut. And hammer throw, no, reversed. Maya World. Wow, showing her agility as Maya World been sharp here against Lena Cross. Now Maya diving splash in the corner. Oh, champions stacked up on one another. Maya again splash in the corner. Hyan tag out, had a moment to recover on the outside. Nigel,
let's see what sort of cohesive offense Hyan and Maya World can string together.
Keep your opponent in your corner. That's what happened earlier.
Running knee strike into the side of the head of one half of the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. Now
this is what they need to do. Double team their opponent's cover.
Flipping neck breaker combination, but Lena Cross able to kick out.
Hyan and Maya World showing me something, guys. They have brought the offense now towards the champions.
After a big victory against the Inspiration, well, they certainly are going to need an inspired performance.
Lena Cross using those long legs first to drop Maya World, then Hyan, but Maya World ready for Megan Bayne, the jawbreaker. Now, double hammer throw, reversed by Bayne. Kick to Maya. Hyan up on the shoulders, and now, wow, Megan Bayne with both challengers up, but not.
Awkward landing there. I've never seen that done before. 2 for 1, and her opponent still staggering.
Bayne
decapitating her opponent.
Maya World, head still on her shoulders, still in this match.
No many wrestlers, men or women's division, can do what we just saw Megan Bayne do.
Divine Dominion, we've seen them use that combination choke slam. Now the champions.
Second attempt.
Maya World in their grip. Driving. No, Maya World actually countered it. I believe that was a double DDT, Nigel.
Wow.
The champions got stunned by that one.
I'm as stunned as the champions were.
Yeah, both of the champions still on hands and knees right now. Look at them pulling themselves up, guys.
Now the challengers charging in, pair of drop kicks. Sending Lena Cross, Megan Bayne out to the floor.
Okay. Time to take a risk.
What are they going to do here?
Hyan taking a huge risk, and it scores for the challengers.
They're not done yet.
Maya World. What is she thinking here?
I'm not sure if I've ever seen a moonsault with such pace. I'd love to see a replay of that. Such whip. The knees of Maya World coming into both of our opponents.
Hyan returns. Lena Cross to the ring.
Just watch this. Wham! Yeah. Just driving through Megan Bayne.
Very low arc on the Acai moonsault. And it took out both Lena Cross and Megan Bayne on the outside, but Cross steadies herself. And now absorbing contact, though. Hyan charges into the ropes, and Lena Cross there once again. The kick into the side of the head. Cross. Hyan up on the shoulders. Nope, escapes out. O'Connor roll. 1, 2. Oh, but Bayne!
Where did Megan Bayne come from?
I don't know.
Good Lord, she is superhuman.
All of a sudden, into your screen, bang.
Great timing, anticipation by Megan Bayne. Lena Cross looks to capitalize, covers. 2, no! Maya World there to break things up.
Fans appreciate this, gentlemen, because this has been a very competitive match. I think maybe we were bragging too much about the World Tag Team Champs here. Wow. And moves like that are why we were.
Combination offense from Divine Dominion. My World wiped out.
Earlier.
And high on. Driven down, bang, covers. And the champs retain.
Your winners and still the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Divine Dominion!
Well, Divine Dominion cap off the action here tonight on the Dynasty 0 Hour. Another successful defense of the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. Tony, doing it in particularly violent fashion.
Yeah, they sure did at the end, but they got pushed. You got to give Hyann and Maya World credit for that. It was a great title defense, and once again, it goes back to this, gentlemen. Really not sure that anyone right now in the AEW Women's Division can dethrone the Divine Dominion.
Lena Cross, Megan Bain proving that they belong on the top of the mountain here in the AEW Women's World Tag Team Division. Fans, we are just under 5 minutes away from Dynasty. Coming your way live on pay-per-view on HBO Max. Fans in the United States can join us on HBOMax.com/AEW. Internationally, you can join us on Prime Video, MyAEW.com, DAZN, YouTube, PPV.com, and Main Event. Just over 3 minutes away from Dynasty, and we know our main event will be the Devil versus the God of professional wrestling. MJF puts his AEW World Championship on the line against Kenny Omega. The AEW Women's World Championship will be on the line when former champion Jamie Hayter takes on the Toxic Spider, the champion, Tekla. And the AEW World Tag Team Championship be on the line, FTR versus Cope and Cage, but this one about so much more than that. Betrayal, the through line in this matchup. Less than 24 hours ago, the Dogs, David Finlay, Gabe Kidd, and Clark Connors claimed the AEW World Trios Championship, but the conglomeration are coming for the title. But who will be Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy's partner tonight? And the vacant TNT Championship will be claimed tonight via a Casino Gauntlet match. Tommaso Ciampa, the #1 spot. Roosh, the #2. Can they get the job done before the ring fills up? The former AEW National Champion Ricochet goes one-on-one with the returning Jericho tonight live at Dynasty, just moments away. And Darby Allin was promised a title shot by both MJF and Kenny Omega as he is able to defeat Andrade El Idolo here tonight. And the big tag team battle, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, take on the Don Callis families, Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita, plus the AEW Continental Championship is on the line in a massive grudge match when Will Ospreay faces Jon Moxley one-on-one later tonight.
My God, they're going to try to end this man's career.
We may have just witnessed the end of Will Ospreay's career.
We play games. This game just keeps on going.
Will Ospreay back for blood!
I don't need a weapon to snap someone's neck. I could do it with my bare hands.
This isn't personal for me, Will. Don't make it personal.
I am done hearing anything from your mouth. I just want your neck. Put the Continental title on the line, you little bitch.
I do not stand between a person and the consequences of their actions. I'm not going to beat Will Ospreay. He's going to beat himself.
I'm gonna come at you with 6 months of anger. You have completely altered my life, mate. I'm gonna snap your neck, bro.
One day I will go down. It will not be a dynasty. Will Ospreay will get exactly what he asked for.